Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Julie, hands and brain behind the Indigo Handmade Design channel. So today we are going to get a little bit extra shiny with this Boho vintage inspired statement necklace. It's made from fox leather and some beads, and trust me, it looks way complicated than it actually is. So if you want to make yourself one of these vintagey look statement necklace, stick around. I'm going to walk you through the process of doing a step by step, and at the end you will have your very own one-of-a-kind accessory. Oh, and by the way, if you want to make yourself also a boho looking dress, this is a free tutorial on my channel. I'm going to put the link for the dress into the description down below this tutorial, so don't forget to check this out. Oh, and also comment down below if you want me to try next time other shapes for you, like triangles or maybe some circles or even something wild. So just let's have fun together. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new tutorial. Share this tutorial with your friends, like it, and help this community, this DIY handmade slow fashion community, to grow. So to make this statement necklace, you are going to need felt, some sturdy felt. So I ran out of felt, so that's why I'm going to use this material right here. It's almost like a felt, so you need to have something to put in the inside so that your pieces are going to stay sturdy. And then you are going to need some fabric to cover the felt. I'm using this leather looking like fabric. It is not leather, it's only fabric. In addition to this, I'm going to use 8/0 seed beads, 11/0 seed beads. I'm also going to use these beads to make the pendant. So let me pull this out. These are flat pearls, and they have a hole in the middle. So I'm going to use these flat pearls, and they are 12 millimeters. And then I'm also going to be using these glass drops. So this is the shape, and it has a hole up here. What else? You are also going to need a beading needle, beading thread. I'm going to match the color, so to match my beads, this is 1G. You are also going to need some ribbon of your choice. What else? A pair of scissors, a pen, and the shapes that you are going to make. So I've already made these two shapes, this oval or like a drop shape, to make two of the small one and one of the larger one. Okay, so let me clear this off and get started. So to get started, you are going to trace first the shape on your piece of felt. So I'm making 2 of the small one and 1 of the large teardrop, and I'm tracing the shape to my, let's say, felt. So it is not felt, but it feels like. So 2 small one, and a large one. Now go ahead, take your scissor and cut the shapes out, following your marker. Once you've done that, you are going to take your fabric, and for each of this piece you need to cut out 2 of the fabric piece, and the fabric should be slightly larger than the felt piece. So I'm not going to trace exactly the same shape, so I'm going to trace like about 2 millimeters larger, since we are going to cover the felt with our fabric. So should be a few millimeters larger than the felt piece. See? Okay, so go ahead and do for each piece of the felt 2 fabric pieces. Now once you've done this, once you've cut out all of your pieces, so I don't know if you can see on camera, but I've traced a teardrop right here. This is this shape right here we are going to embroider. So to do this, I'm just going to follow the shape that I already have. It doesn't need to be perfect, just follow the same shape. And on the larger one I'm going to make 2. And on the smaller one I'm making only 1. Sorry about that. Before going any further, you are going to thread your beading needle with the beading thread of your choice. You can also use here for a nylon thread. And what we are going to do now is we are going to make some loops. So take your ribbon and you are going to cut 3 pieces. They should be more or less have the same length. And take your piece of ribbon and fold it in half, and we are going to sew this on top to the felt. Like this. So we are making a loop. And now I'm going to tie this to the tail and my working threads together to secure my thread. And trim off. Okay, now go ahead and do the same on the other 2 pieces. Okay, now next we are going to embroider the top. So if you have a beading mat, go ahead and use your beading mat so that your beads are not going to go anywhere. Now I'm going to put some 11-0s on my beading mat. You can use also some fabric instead of beading mat if you don't have one, or also some felt. Okay, now I'm going to make a knot here at the end, like this, and I'm going to come somewhere here on my line that I've already traced on. So come out here. Now you are going to pick up 2 11-0s. And you're going to go from the front to the back making sure that the space you are leaving in between your threads, so where you came out of, it's not too large but also not too small. Like this, should fit in there. Now I'm going to come out through my 2 beads that I've added. Come out there, so we are making some embroidery here, and then go through the last bead, so the next one in the row, and then take again 2 11-ohs and go back in your fabric, following the line that you've traced. I'm going to come out through the last 2 beads that I've just added, and go back through the last bead, and then take again 2 11-ohs and go back into the fabric, following my line. So this is all you need to do for now. Just follow your line and embroider this all the way until here, and you are going to do this on all of your 3 pieces. So on the larger one you are going to have 2 of these lines with your 11-ohs. You can also, if you don't have 11-ohs, you can also use 15-ohs, delica beads, 8-ohs, so you can use any kind of beads. Okay, so I've decided to pick up with you on the largest strap. I've worked these 2 off camera. Now on the larger one I've traced 2 lines to embroider. Now I'm coming out here, since I've started here, made the round. Now what you're going to do next is you are going to reinforce all the line by going straight through the beads, a few beads at a time, so what you can manage. And I've also changed my needle to a 10. I had before a 12 needle. I'm working now with a 10, since I'm not using the smallest bead. So go all the way around through the beads. So you should do this on all of your pieces. So once you are making your drop, reinforce. Now what we are going to do next, go with your needle from the front to the back into your fabric. So now you are on the back on the wrong side of your work, and now we are going to embellish a little bit using the 8-ohs beads. So I'm not counting how many beads that I'm putting on. I'm just going like how I feel where to put a bead on, and this is how you do this. See, now I'm going to come out here and then take a 8-oh and then go back in, and I'm kind of eyeballing it to make sure that the bead it's going to fit in there. and again. Okay, now go ahead and put some 8 toes in this space right here and in here. Okay, now once you've done that, I'm going to secure my work, so my thread on the back side by making a knot, and I'm just going carefully so that the thread is not going to show on the outside, like just a little bit through the fabric. And now you can trim off. So what I forgot to mention before, when I gave you the material list, I forgot to mention that we are also going to need some fabric glue or some glue, and this one I've already put some glue on, and now we are going to glue this on top right here, and to kind of sandwich these 3 pieces together. And I'm putting my glue to the fabric. Not too much, since we are going to embellish all the way around. And now carefully put this on top, and you can wait a moment, about 10 to 20 minutes, so that the glue it's a little bit dried. You can also use these sewing clips to hold this in place if you have some, so this isn't necessary, but you can use this. So put these clips around and wait 10 to 20 minutes to dry a little bit. Okay, now once your glue it's a little bit dry, so I'm going to make a knot. I needed to thread my needle, so make a knot, and then I'm going to go through the felt like so, and make sure that the knot is on the inside of your work. And I'm going to come with my needle up here through the back panel, and now for the moment we are going to work only with our 8 toes. So you are going to take 1 8 toe, and the 8 toe should sit like this, so that one hole is looking to the fabric and the other hole is up. Now I'm going to go through both panels. So we kind of need to secure first this very first bead in place, although it's going to be a little wonky, the first bead. Okay, now you want to come from down here up through the bead like so. See? Now you are going to take another 8/0 and then go with your needle from the back side, and you need to kind of eyeball it, the place that your bead is going to need. So through the back, up to the front, like so, and pull your thread all the way down through the bead. I've got tangled again. Now you can kind of hold this bead like so, and then go from down here up the bead. Take a 8/0, go from the behind, from the back panel through the front, hold your bead in place, and then go from down here up through the bead. So this is how we are going to embellish all the way around. So take your time, and I'm going to meet you when I'm here to show you how to work on this section up here. Okay, so you are coming out here. Now you are going to, I need to put some, just a few actually, 8/0. Now take a 8/0, and you are going to go only through the first panel, like so. And then up through the bead. Take another 8/0, only through the front panel, so the panel that it's near to you, and again up through the bead. And another 8/0, and in here it still fits another 8/0, so I'm going to put one more in. And now to finish this off, we are going to go through the first bead that we've added, from up down, and then through the last bead that we've added, down up through the bead, just to kind of reinforce these two beads right here, that they are not going to be so wonky. And now I'm going to go here through this loop and through the back panel to kind of secure this on the back side also. Now if the thread is something that bothers you, that you see the thread, you can always use nylon thread, so it is transparent, but I kind of like the look of this. What else? You can also add beads here on the outside edge, the same way you've added here, so there are a lot of possibilities. Okay, now I'm going to travel with my needle through the beads, up and down like so. And I want to come out here. Now we are going to add 11 rows to our embellishment. First I'm going to pick up only one bead and then go from up, down through the next 8 rows. Now to the next bead, down, up the bead, and from now on we are going to add 3 11 rows, and we are going to create this sort of picots. See? So through the next 8 rows, up, down the bead, and then through the next 8 rows without adding beads, and now pick again 3 11 rows, and through the next 8 rows in the row, up, down the bead, through the next 8 rows, down, up the bead, and pick up again 3 11 rows to make your picot. So we are going to do this all the way to the middle of the panel. So I'm going to meet you back when I'm about here. So this is kind of the middle of my panel. Okay, so I am now in the middle of my panel of the pendant, so I'm going to come out through the next 8 rows, and now we are going to attach this dangle, and for this you are going to take a 8 row, 1 flat pearl. So if you have flat pearls, use those, or you can also use a 10mm pearl, or what kind of pearl you have in your stash, and bring them down. Now you are going to take 1 11 row, a drop, another 11 row, and now you are going to go back through the pearl, through the 8 row that you've added, and through the 8 row from your embellishment. Now we are going to reinforce our dangle 2 more times. So I'm going to go into my work, into the fabric, to be able to, I think I've missed the fabric, so I'm going to come out from the back to the front, so this doesn't matter at this point. And then I'm going to go through the 8 row again from the embellishment, through the 8 row from the dangle, through the pearl, and then through the 11 row on one side, through the drop, and then back through the 11 row and the pearl and the 8 row. Sorry about the noise, my daughter is on the phone. So now I'm going to come out here and then go 1 8-0 back, and then go from up down the bead like this, and now through the 8-0 down here, through the 8-0 from the dangle, through the pearl. If you can manage also through one of your 11-0s. So I didn't, no, I'm not through the 11-0, so I'm going to go now through the 11-0, through the drop, back through the 11-0, through my flat pearl, through the first 8-0 down here, now go 1 8-0 down again, and then go up through the next 8-0 in the row. And now we are going to continue with the picots, so with the 11-0 beads, and we are going to work all the way up. And right here where my ribbon is, I've added only 1 11-0, so as you can see I have only one. You can also make a picot if you want. So, and now I want to show you how to secure your thread. So go back and forth through some of your 8-0s, like so, and now go under this thread bridge right here and pull, and now I'm going to go through the loop and pull. And here is how you can tie a knot. And now I'm going to go again up and down through a few beads, and up here, and now go under the bridge, under the thread bridge, pull, and through the loop you've created, and pull. Now I'm going to go back, like first through the next and then back, and kind of weave a little bit in. And now I'm just going to turn my pendant, and then I'm going to come first through the next bead that I'm near to the fabric, now I'm going to go into the fabric, so not all the way through the fabric, only so that the needle is in between the back panel and the felt. And I'm just going to come somewhere here out with the needle, and now I'm just going to cut my thread, and that's it. Now we are done beading. Now it's time to attach some ribbon to have this statement vintagey looking necklace. Okay, Okay, now go ahead and cut a long piece of ribbon. So cut this longer as you think you are going to need it. It's better having too long or as having too small. So now you are going to go. This is going to be into the middle, so go with your ribbon through the loop and pull this so that the largest pendant it's going to be right in the middle. Now go ahead and tie a knot like so. See? Now take the ribbon and then go from the left hand side to the right hand side through the loop and bring this down like this, and now make a knot. Like this. Now on the other side, take your ribbon and then go through the loop from the right hand side to the left hand side. Bring this down so that they are having like the same space, and you are going to tie a knot. Like so. See? And that's it. Now you can tie this on the back of your neck, just like so. So I want to have a bow on the back, and you can switch the length of the necklace as you wish. What else you can do is adding a clasp. You can add a clasp to the necklace, so it is up to you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here today. I hope you had fun and that you'll give this necklace a try. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. I love hearing from you. And hey, if you try it out, tag me so I can see your version. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.